Imagine awakening in a world where your doctor prescribes not just a drug, but a therapy uniquely crafted for your own DNA. A world where a new vaccine for a deadly virus is researched, developed, tested, and delivered in a matter of months rather than the many years we have come to expect. Picture a future where chronic diseases, diabetes, certain cancers, even rare genetic disorders that have haunted humanity for centuries are rendered manageable or even curable thanks to the relentless march of biotechnology. While this might sound like the premise of a science fiction novel, it is a vision that Germany is racing to make a reality. The nation is investing tens of billions of euros and mobilizing its legendary industrial might to usher in a new era of biotechnology. The stakes are enormous, not only for Germany but for the entire world. But is massive investment and technological prowess enough to overcome the barriers that have long delayed progress in healthcare? Or will Germany's famously cautious approach and complex bureaucracy stand in the way as the global biotech race accelerates at breakneck speed? Let's zoom in on Munich, a city steeped in scientific discovery, where tradition and innovation have walked hand in hand for generations. In the historic Sendling district, where the rhythmic hum of factory machines and the clinking of laboratory glassware have defined the city's industrial soundscape for over 100 years, a new chapter is unfolding. Here, chemical and biotech giant Wacker Chemie has just unveiled its state-of-the-art Wacker Biotechnology Center. This facility is not only the product of a substantial, double-digit million-euro investment, but also a symbol of unwavering commitment to the future. At a moment when much of the global economy is slowing and uncertainty dominates the headlines, Wacker is doing the exact opposite of playing it safe. The company is doubling down, expanding its research and development footprint at a time when many other multinationals are cutting back. Wacker's connection to Munich is profound. Since the early 20th century, its scientists have been quietly pushing the boundaries of chemistry in this very neighborhood, and since the 1980s, biotechnology has taken root here as well. Over the decades, Wacker's laboratories have become a crucible of breakthroughs in polymers, enzymes, and fermentation processes. As the global biotech revolution gathered momentum, the company's labs began to overflow, not just with people, but with ideas. The opening of the new center represents more than just a physical expansion. With 4 expansive floors housing over 1,500 square meters of cutting-edge laboratory and technical facilities, and an additional 700 square meters of modern office space, Wacker is truly scaling up its ambitions. Step inside the Wacker Biotechnology Center, and you will find teams of researchers working at the frontier of bioprocess production. Their mission is to perfect the large-scale manufacturing of proteins and nucleic acids, the key building blocks behind revolutionary therapies such as mRNA vaccines, gene editing treatments, and next-generation cancer drugs. The mRNA vaccines that helped the world battle the COVID pandemic? Those were just the beginning. Scientists at Wacker are also exploring synthetic biology and advanced fermentation to create sustainable, nutritious food ingredients and dietary supplements. Their goal: to help feed a growing global population more sustainably, while dramatically reducing the environmental impact of agriculture. As Christian Hartel, Wacker's CEO, explained, "The Wacker Biotech Center will allow us to concentrate and intensify our biotech research activities. We see tremendous growth potential in this area, which is why we have decided to go ahead and invest in this sector, even in economically challenging times." Wacker's bold bet is far from an isolated one. Across Germany, the entire biopharmaceutical sector is experiencing a surge of innovation and investment. In the past year alone, the industry's turnover soared to more than 19 billion euros, an increase of nearly 8% over the previous year. To put that in perspective, the sector's growth rate outpaced much of the rest of the German economy, which has faced stagnation and even contraction in other traditional industries. Even more telling, German biotech firms attracted over 1,920 million euros in financing, a fresh record for a non-pandemic year. This signals a deep reservoir of investor confidence and a belief that Germany's biotech promise is real and growing. International attention is also at an all-time high. Venture capital is pouring into German biotech from both within Europe and overseas, with global pharmaceutical giants eagerly partnering with local startups and research institutions. Companies such as Biotech, which achieved global fame during the pandemic, have proven that innovation born in Germany can have a worldwide impact. The country's dense network of research institutions, ranging from the renowned Max Planck Institutes to Fraunhofer research centers, creates fertile ground for translating scientific discoveries into real-world therapies. Fueling this wave of innovation is not just corporate ambition, but a sweeping transformation in public policy. In March of 2024, the German parliament passed the Health Data Use Act, a landmark piece of legislation that, for the first time, grants researchers unprecedented access to anonymized patient health data. What does this mean in practice? Imagine vast databases containing health records, genetic information, and treatment outcomes, all stripped of personal identifiers, yet rich in insights. Under strict privacy safeguards, researchers can now mine this data to hunt for patterns in rare diseases, optimize drug development pipelines, and accelerate the arrival of truly personalized medicine. This law is part of a broader government push to digitize Germany's health sector, which has long lagged behind countries such as the United States, the United Kingdom, or South Korea in digital health adoption. The digitalization effort goes far beyond hospitals and clinics. Automation is sweeping through German industry. The country's industrial automation market is forecast to reach almost $15 billion this year. Robotic systems, artificial intelligence-powered analytics, and cloud-based process management are rapidly transforming both research labs and large-scale production lines. Where once a technician might have spent days or even weeks manually analyzing samples, today, AI-driven algorithms process gigabytes of biological data in seconds. This enables the identification of new drug candidates, potential side effects, or even optimal production methods, with a speed and accuracy that would have been unthinkable just a decade ago. Markus Schmidt of Germany Trade and Invest puts it best. Germany's ecosystem from academia and research to industrial partners is extraordinarily strong. That connectivity is a key advantage for pharma companies seeking to innovate at speed and scale. But amid the optimism, Germany's biotech miracle faces real and immediate challenges. Some new, others deeply rooted in the country's culture and legal system. Data privacy laws in Germany are among the strictest in the world, a reflection of the nation's historic commitment to individual rights and a deep-seated mistrust of centralized databases. While the Health Data Use Act opens many doors, it also imposes rigorous security protocols and demands constant vigilance against evolving cyber threats. The risks are not theoretical. Just last year, a major hospital in Dusseldorf was hit by a damaging cyber attack that forced the cancellation of surgeries and put patient safety at risk. This incident was a stark reminder that the digital transformation of healthcare brings not only efficiency gains, but also new vulnerabilities. Another pressing challenge is the talent shortage. Germany's universities and research institutes are world-class, but the demand for skilled workers in fields like artificial intelligence, bioinformatics, data science, and advanced bioprocess engineering is outstripping supply. The problem is compounded by an aging workforce and fierce global competition for top talent. Viola Bronsma, managing director of Bio-Deutschland, warns, "Our advantage is knowledge. But without the right people and secure structures, knowledge alone is not enough." Many startups and scale-ups report struggling to hire enough data scientists, regulatory experts, or engineers, forcing them to look abroad or risk falling behind on critical projects. The battle for talent is now a global contest, and Germany must find ways to make itself more attractive to both homegrown and international experts. The pace of technological change is also putting immense pressure on regulators. Traditionally, bringing a new pharmaceutical product from laboratory breakthrough to market approval might take anywhere from 10 to 15 years, involving a labyrinth of clinical trials, safety checks, and regulatory reviews. But in today's world, shaped by pandemics, rapid genetic discoveries, and ever-rising public expectations, that timescale is no longer acceptable. Christian Hartel of Wacker underscores this point. It is no longer enough to simply have the best solution. It's becoming increasingly important that we reach the customer with this solution first. Speed is taking on an ever greater role in making us stand out. Policymakers are responding by introducing new fast-track pathways for innovative therapies and boosting funding for translational research, the vital bridge between academic breakthroughs and real-world patient impact. The COVID pandemic was a wake-up call, proving that with the right incentives and regulatory flexibility, vaccines and treatments can be brought to market in a fraction of the usual time. Now, the challenge is to build that agility into the system permanently, without sacrificing safety or undermining public trust. So, what might Germany's biotechnological gamble mean for the future of healthcare, industry, and even daily life? Let's explore several possible roads ahead and what they might mean for people both inside and outside Germany's borders. If the current momentum continues, Germany could become the undisputed European leader in biotech innovation within the next 5 to 10 years. The country's dense network of universities, Max Planck Institutes, Fraunhofer research centers, and corporate research and development hubs are all interconnected through a vibrant web of public-private partnerships and a culture that values collaboration over competition. The Health Data Use Act, by making anonymized health data more accessible to researchers, could unlock a new era of personalized medicine. Imagine your annual checkup, including a genetic screening, with your treatment plan crafted using artificial intelligence-driven insights drawn from millions of anonymized patient records across the country. Cancers could be detected earlier, rare diseases diagnosed with pinpoint accuracy, and therapies tailored not just to the average patient, but to each individual's unique genetic code. Beyond medical care, Germany's biotech revolution could spill over into agriculture, energy, and materials science. Synthetic biology startups are already using CRISPR gene editing tools to engineer microorganisms that produce biodegradable plastics, sustainable fuels, or even rare flavor compounds for the food and beverage industry. Companies are developing plant-based and cultured meat alternatives, harnessing biotech to reduce the environmental impact of agriculture while providing healthier choices to consumers. The Wacker Biotechnology Center itself is investing in research aimed at creating innovative food ingredients and dietary supplements, with the goal of supporting healthier and more sustainable nutrition for generations to come. There is also a significant economic dimension to this transformation. Biotechnology is fast becoming a cornerstone of Germany's value creation, contributing to multiple sectors beyond healthcare. According to Viola Bronsma, biotechnology is a key industry for Germany, significantly contributing to value creation across multiple sectors. As the sector expands, it is creating new jobs in research, engineering, regulatory affairs, manufacturing, and data science. Universities are racing to update their curricula, and new training programs are emerging to bridge the skills gap. For students and young professionals, the career opportunities are immense, not just in Germany, but across Europe and the globe. Yet for all the promise, the road ahead is anything but smooth. Talent shortages and cybersecurity risks are not just minor speed bumps, they are existential threats. A single major cyber attack targeting a hospital network or biopharmaceutical company could compromise sensitive patient data, disrupt drug manufacturing, and shatter public trust in digital health for years to come. The stakes are enormous. In our hyper-connected digital age, a single vulnerability can have repercussions that stretch across not just Germany, but the entire continent. To counter these risks, companies and government agencies are ramping up investment in cybersecurity infrastructure, launching new training programs, and running public awareness campaigns. But the threat landscape evolves constantly, demanding ceaseless vigilance. Regulatory gridlock is another real risk. Germany's global reputation for thoroughness and quality has served it well in traditional manufacturing and pharmaceuticals. However, in a world where speed is now critical, excessive bureaucracy could hold back progress. The challenge for regulators is to strike a delicate balance, maintaining rigorous standards for safety and ethics, while ensuring that innovation is not strangled by red tape. This will require not only new laws, but also a cultural shift towards greater risk tolerance and openness to new ideas. Other countries, especially in Asia and North America, are moving quickly to capture the opportunities of biotech, and Germany cannot afford to fall behind. The opportunities, however, are vast and extend far beyond medicine. The convergence of biotechnology and digital technology is opening doors to entirely new industries. For example, continuous bioprocessing, a method where production is ongoing rather than batch-based, promises to make pharmaceutical manufacturing more efficient and cost-effective. Single-use technologies are reducing contamination risks and simplifying production lines. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are optimizing everything from drug discovery to supply chain management. These advancements could lower costs, improve product quality, and make personalized treatments more widely available. If you work in healthcare or technology, pay close attention to how Germany is weaving artificial intelligence, automation, and data-driven decision-making into every stage of pharmaceutical research and production. These trends will not remain confined to German borders for long. Already, companies in the United States, China, and beyond are closely watching Germany's model of public-private collaboration, rigorous standards, and ecosystem connectivity. According to Marcus Schmidt, the strength of our ecosystem is its connectivity. Everyone, from startups to established giants, is pulling in the same direction. But will this unprecedented surge of investment, ambition, and connectivity actually translate into real breakthroughs for patients and society? The answer, at this stage, is cautiously optimistic. Germany's combination of world-class research institutions, strong government support, deep industrial expertise, and a collaborative culture gives it a strong shot at leading the next wave of biotech innovation. But the challenges, talent shortages, cybersecurity threats, regulatory complexity are formidable and growing. The country's success will depend on how quickly companies, universities, and policymakers can adapt, learn from setbacks, and work together to overcome these obstacles. Here's a crucial insight. The push for biotech innovation is about much more than new medicines or high-tech gadgets. It is about fundamentally reshaping how we live, eat, and care for one another. As the world grapples with mounting challenges, climate change, global pandemics, and rapidly aging populations, the ability to develop sustainable food sources, clean energy, and affordable healthcare will be more important than ever. Companies like Wacker are not just inventing new drugs. They are pioneering new methods of nourishing people, protecting the environment, and building resilient societies that can withstand future shocks. Looking ahead, the global stakes could not be higher. If Germany succeeds, it could set the gold standard for a new era of healthcare and technology, inspiring other nations to follow its lead. If it stumbles, however, the opportunity may pass to more agile or less risk-averse competitors in Asia or the Americas. The coming decade will be a test not just of Germany's scientific prowess, but of its ability to innovate, adapt, and lead in a world where change is the only constant. So, as the race toward a new biotech frontier accelerates, all eyes are on Germany. Will the nation manage to balance speed with safety, innovation with ethics, and ambition with responsibility? Can it harness its scientific firepower, massive investments, and sweeping digital reforms to deliver faster, safer, and more accessible medicines and sustainable solutions to the world's biggest challenges? If you found this story insightful, please do not forget to hit like and subscribe for more in-depth explorations of global technology and economic trends. Let us know in the comments. Do you think Germany will maintain its edge in biotech, or will other nations catch up and take the lead? Which innovations are you most excited or concerned about as we enter this new era? Thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode.